We're live. We're back before Christmas. This is our Christmas episode. We still form Voltron. We still have 4 people. We will be doing a lot of stuff, as this is our 25th episode of the twice rebooted Total Justice Gaming. But we're getting there, people. It's a slow process. Tonight, we have another rookie interview with Ryan Adams.
Yo, what's up?
We have spoils from Mega Man. Kinda. We have PTC winning decks. We have a visit from Old St. Nick. We talk about the Empire Circuit. And we talk about the fallout of Cali. And we have 2 sketches from lead artist Tom Coyer, who is loaning us art so we can sit here and debate. Is it an attack? Is it a foundation? Does this confirm this character? We don't know.
Are they just messing with us?
What's that?
Are they just messing with us?
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I need to play the goddamn Nappa clip again.
No. Nappa, Nappa.
All right, so first up, Ryan, you are from the Tennessee Play Group along with us. Oh, and guys, if you have a rookie that wants to be interviewed, please feel free to contact either myself, Matt, or Jesse. We will be happy to have them on the show to do it. This is not just a champ-only show. We want to get the new guys out there in the community so they can be known, and that so we in the community will be happy to help them out in the future. But as I was saying, we have Mr. Ryan Adams from the Tennessee Play Group. Ryan, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Ryan. Welcome.
Would you like to tell us why you're here today?
Well, we're here.
We brought Jesse on a whim and a plea because we wanted people to look at us because we do Legacy, and I hate Legacy, so we brought Jesse. That's why Jesse's here. But why are you here?
I'm here because I know jack squat about the game. You guys asked me to come on the show, so here I am.
If I had the ability to do the Muppet Yay, I would, but, you know. All right. Okay.
And there was much rejoicing.
All right. So, Ryan, you've been in the game for a little bit since I got it started up at the store. Hopefully it will become a bit more legit later on down the road. Tell us about yourself. What card games have you played?
In my life, I have played Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, and Cardfight Vanguard, and I actually have played a game or two of both Buddy Fight and Weiss Schwarz. So, mostly Bushiroad, but I still have a bit of variety in my play history.
Alrighty. What brought you to UFS?
I actually saw Joe here playing it one day, and he asked me to give it a shot. I decided that I would, and it seemed like a fun game. I've basically been playing whenever he requested, and I'm trying to get better at least.
I don't ask much. Just hand you a deck and you guys play.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully our store at some point over at Next Level Games in Madison, Tennessee will be hosting us a bit more formally, but right now we will take what we can get till it becomes a bit more legit. We just need to get a bit more players, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite deck you've been piloting thus far?
In UFS or just in general?
UFS.
The favorite deck that I remember playing is the first deck that you actually handed to me. It was a different variation on the Kyo deck, and it was very rush-heavy, though very, very lacking in defenses. It was high on attack and was meant to slam the opponent before they had a chance to fight back. And I loved playing that because it's just what I enjoy playing overall. I played Black Wings in Vanguard. I'm going to try and play a red and white deck in Magic. I'm playing the Gold Paladin Liberators in Vanguard, so I'm a rush-happy person.
He is referring to the Gen Con 2012 Kyo that's based off characters' hand size. Now, recently you had me help you build a deck, and it's based off the newer Kyo, which is the Chaos, Fire, and Order one, which the more you play, the harder it is to for them to do anything against you.
It's a good Kyo.
That's what you played this last weekend. Against Terran with the Mega Man deck?
Yeah, I remember it, don't worry. I'm not that brainless.
I was playing a card game.
But it was Go Fish.
Unfortunately, no.
Do you have any Yuris? Go Fish.
Can I pull an attack? Nope. Go.
Well, I mean, what do you like about UFS so far?
I guess what I like about UFS is that it really does require a bit more strategy in managing both your hand and your field, as well as managing your opponent's field as well. It isn't as tactless, or it doesn't have to be as rush happy, and you do have to be pretty careful about what you play and when. And I guess it's that higher level of strategy that brought me into the game. Oh my gosh. Give me a minute. I'll close the door because my sister's freaking annoying here. Pardon me, gentlemen. Now that that's settled, I'll just take a seat. All right. Further questions?
What do you not like about UFS? What do you think that needs to be changed out of the minimal games that you've played?
Say more set releases.
We can't control that.
Or can we?
What is about this? What is something that you found very peculiar about UFS that you need more explanation for so far? That's usually a common thing we see with new players is they know they kind of understand what's going on, but there's always that thing that they're not understanding already at the start.
I guess the only thing that I really have to complain about is not knowing many of the cards, because it doesn't allow me to strategize as heavily as I want to, and I guess the only thing that really puts a damper on me is a bad hand, and I understand the game for the most part, so...
Yeah, burden of knowledge is always an issue with a bunch of games. I would suggest this to all my friends who have been getting into it lately. Just, when you've got some free time, go to UFS Ultra, click Standard, and just start staring at cards
Got it.
that you don't play.
It's really the best way. Like, I remember playing back in the day and just be like, I had to remember cards, and I'd be like, okay, a new card comes out, I'm like, did this old card now work with this? And it's like, oh, it's like I actually like having the smaller standard card pool. It makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
See, I don't know the cards sometimes, and I just call up Simon Taylor and go, boy, what does this card do? And then I get a encyclopedic explanation of it.
Oh, God.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be given Dr. House.
No, I really don't mind being talked down to for an hour so I'm cured. That's why I tell people at my work, it's like, well, we could have you visit house, but, you know, not everybody can listen to crap and then go home absolutely cured in an hour, but, you know. All right, so what else we got? Favorite symbol you've seen thus far played in our group?
I haven't had enough time to see what all the symbols do in their entirety, and I've only played a handful of matches, maybe 2, 3, maybe 5. So I guess I can't really give you an answer simply due to a lack of knowledge.
Well, to be fair, we are mostly rush decks at the moment in the store, so
That is true. That is true.
all of the decks currently in the Tennessee meta is like 3 turns and then they're dead, and if they're not, then I didn't build the deck.
Either that or you're not the one playing it.
This is true, or I'm not the one playing it. Although the Mega Man does take a little while to set up, but Taryn's getting very good at it. What you've been playing mostly, from what I understand, is Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we got that.
Yep.
What else do we want to ask them? You two got anything?
What are you looking forward to? Knowing that we have a Mega Man, a Darkstalker set, and Red Horizon 3 is kind of like, okay, it's a repro set. It'll be a good quick start. But is there a character out of the Mega Man coming out or Darkstalkers you're looking forward to?
I haven't seen enough of Mega Man to know what's coming out. I have an idea of who I'd like to see, but not necessarily who's going to be seen.
Do you
Well,
have
who
a favorite?
like-
Do you have a
Like, is there a
favorite robot
character in
master?
Oh, that's a good question. I also unfortunately haven't played that many Mega Man games. Metal Man's probably the one that I know the most about, and how ridiculous his Metal Blades are.
Metal Man
I-
is in fact in the set coming out, so
I already got Guts Man, so
That's gonna be fun.
How about Darkstalkers? You got a favorite Darkstalkers character?
I have no knowledge on anything related
Oh.
to Darkstalkers. I don't play that many games outside of Smash, so fighting.
Okay.
well, Smash isn't a
Terrible
fighting
with
game.
button combinations. I'll say it right now.
Okay.
Dragon
Well,
Punch eludes him.
I personally can't wait for a J. Talbane. I will be buying whatever. I don't care how bad or good he is. I will take in the starter, putting my stuff together, and be like, all right, I'm playing J. Talbane. Let's go. It's like
I got a
he's gonna be he's my Raiden for next year's Worlds. I will play him, and I don't care how bad he is.
Until Hard Man comes out, and then you can play something like that and make all the jokes.
Exactly.
All
Here's-
the Hard Man jokes.
Here's the question for you. What license would you like to see in this game?
Ooh, that's a good question. Out of all of the fighting and video games that I know, that is a good.
Doesn't even have to be that. It could be anything.
Oh,
Get anything at this point.
let me think. Let me think on that. Oh, because there are so many things I'd like to see. I guess right now what I'd like to see in a card game is maybe Xenoblade Chronicles, both to see the world of Xenoblade kind of be expanded upon even further, and just to get publicity for the game out because it's a fantastic game.
Mm.
But Xenoblade Chronicles as a piece of a card game, that'd be pretty freaking cool for me.
I would like to see that. I still got to get through that game. Actually, I got to start that game.
I've got the copy and I've played only a bit of it. I need to get back to it. I'm only on the knee of the Bionis.
I have a friend who bought that game when it was like at the super rare point before the reprint started being produced.
Uh-huh.
He didn't play it because he's afraid the disc will turn to dust if he touches it because it was just that rare at that point. I told him, it's like, Drew, this is not the Ark of the Covenant. You can play the game. I promise.
Your face is gonna melt if you open the case.
It's not as crazy as my sealed copy of Suikoden 2 that I had.
That's fair.
It's not Nintendo All-Stars. There isn't only one copy of it in the entire freaking world.
Or original
What?
production release Dragon Ball GT Final Bout.
True.
I used to have a copy of that. I have a sealed copy of Dig Dug.
For the
Of all
Atari.
things. Yeah. Of all things that have sealed.
Do you have a sealed copy of BT?
No, but there's a copy of it sitting behind me on my shelf.
Oh my gosh!
You're fired, Matt.
I'm sorry, it's my mom's favorite video game, apparently.
All right.
Bad taste.
So, speaking of Mega Man cards, we here at Total Justice Gaming, as always, are really, really, really good friends with those at Jazzco. They're going to totally disown us from saying that, and we'll personally go out of the way to say, no, we hate those guys. But we are, as usual, we go to them and go, hey, can we spoil stuff, or hey, can we talk about this? So we got a fair bit of stuff from Jazzco. Some of the cards have already been reviewed to death by us, but we are looking at them as a whole. We were given permission to spoil the cards that were spoiled at either Buka or the PTCs, and now we get to reveal them in a much clearer image to the general public. And these are cards from Mega Man. So some of the cards like Turbo Proto Buster and Magnet Man, we will be seeing again for, I think, the 5th or 6th time. But, we got some other cards that just recently showed up on Facebook. So there's that. We'll cut to that real quick. Let me lock down my screen. That way it just shows me.
Gemini
So,
Man!
right off the bat, we got Gemini Man, who is 7 hand size, 19 health. He is air, evil, and water. He is a 3-diff, excuse me. 3-diff because he is a stacking character, which would only make sense as it is Gemini Man. He has a static ability of after you block with a card named Gemini Man, add it to your staging area and draw one card. He has the enhanced your attack gets +1 speed, period. Your attack gets +1 damage and +1 speed for each character card in your staging area.
That is nice.
So right off the bat, he is a +2/+1.
That is.
I want to know initially, the one thing I love about this card is its rarity. It's an uncommon.
Yes.
And I'm so happy for that.
Holy crap! That's officially the Bruno of this game.
It's a good. You want to play like that's the one thing I love about UFS is sometimes the best characters are so easy to get.
Yeah.
Golly, that's nice. That's pretty nice.
I like this character ever since I saw him the other day on Facebook. I think he's gonna be really good with the lift support. Just playing a bunch of low difficulty moves and just like he can sit there, like you can use his character card to block with, and Fulfilled in Battle and Deadly Precision, and just sit there and just block with all these moves, block with Gemini Mans, and then set up this ultimate kill curve. And it's like all my moves are +3 speed and +2 damage. Get at me.
So what symbols do you think would be best run off of him?
Water.
Water. Air could actually be really good playing punch support. He
Yeah.
could be really aggressive. It gives him a very aggressive with the punch support, which is, in that low curve. Evil, I mean, there's a lot of good evil stuff out there right now that just needs a good fronter. I mean, especially with, a lot of the better evil characters, one of the best evil characters out right now is going to rotate when Red Horizon leaves. This guy's going to be a really good evil character to start with.
Mm-hmm.
And just to remind the viewing audience, as always, we have live Q&A. So if you want to ask us a question about as we're going along, please, by all means, feel free to.
We promise to try and not ignore you.
There's only one person we will ignore, but we will not name names.
Okay. Next one.
We got Magnet Man again. I don't think we've discussed him with everybody in the group, so he's always worth going over as we have new voices. 7 hand size, 20 health. He has all chaos and order, a very odd mixture, but actually I think that represents him very well as he has complete opposites for symbols. He has enhance, make control check of 4 or greater. Your attack gets +1 for each unique attack zone printed on cards in your card pool. So he kind of shares somewhat of a similar strategy with Elect Man. I would say his most standout ability is actually his R, which is after your attack is completely blocked, your opponent commits 1 foundation.
That is going to be useful. Like, I also want to know, I'm also going to wait for the ruling on this, or I'm hoping it gets changed, but currently there's a thing, if you make a multiple go back to printed zone, it becomes a null zone. Does a null zone count as a unique attack zone for this card?
You're going to have a 5-paragraph thing from Tim. You know that, right?
I know. I just wanted...
We want that.
It's like if I make a null zone with it, does it get +4 damage now? I think this card's really cool. I'm very happy for it. I'm really liking the design of a lot of the cards for the characters for this coming set, and he's probably there's 2 good 7 high size characters. Both of those are going to see some play.
I am going to love him with Hurricane Upper. Play a high, play a low, play a Hurricane Upper. All my Hurricane Upper multiples are 6 damage apiece.
Oh, God.
Hurricane Upper. I'm going to break it every way I can.
Good gosh, you're going to rock us all like freaking hurricanes.
In fact, I think I played Magna Man.
It's like he made a pun on you.
I might as well make some stupid puns.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go.
Well, next up we got Skullman. As you see, he's got nothing. He does nothing but stand there and look at his bloody hands.
No. Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader. No.
No, this is actually something I've been on I've been on Jasco games. We have Skullman.
This
Skullman,
was
I'm really looking forward to. He's 6 hand size, 27 health. He's Chaos, Death, and Water. Your attack. Again, this is them cleaning up their text boxes, so I'm guessing this is only during your attack.
yes.
Make a control check of 4 or greater. Your opponent discards 1 card and draws 1 card.
I want to play reversals with this guy so bad and just mess up people's turns.
Mm-hmm.
Like reversal effect.
He also has enhanced discard a card, draw 2 cards, and discard a card.
It's
filtering.
You're
It's a
breaking
really hard-
even. So I mean,
it's a break-even filter. I mean, I will see this. This guy will see a lot of play once Moon's gone.
yeah.
I will play this guy. I will love because I don't want to lose a card on cost with Moon come over the mountain. The Moon comes over the mountain still legal. But once that card's gone, I will be like, okay, discard a card. Like just keep doing it. You're just filtering your deck, trying to find. You're building a turn, especially on your opponent's turn.
Not only that, but he seems to be based on simply screwing up your opponent's either current turn or heck, maybe even the next turn, simply by making sure that they're depleted of whatever resources they have.
Yeah, and he's an uncommon too.
Yep.
Yes.
All three of these guys are uncommon.
Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, that's the thing with him is, from what I understand, he is discard, which is not really heavily based right now. I mean, there is Say, but no one runs Say because Say is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the discard in this game right now is very since like KOF forward has been very like the Team Yakata Warriors is a hard discard card, but it's only if they have 4 or more, or like discard in this game is so limited now compared to what it used to be. It's very game manipulating, but not detrimental.
I don't know. I have a full discard deck that works out pretty well with Ash.
The one big one is Silent Assassin.
Mm-hmm. And it's a unique.
And there are a couple attacks. There's Say's Kick, which is actually pretty decent. Either it gets 6 damage or they have to discard a card. And then there is not second shot, second shell.
Yeah, it's one of K's moves. It's combo. Your opponent discards a card plus X damage to go to the difficulty of the discarded card.
Yeah.
And then there's the Young and Rising Dragon,
which is, it's stun 2 or they discard 2.
Either way,
it's stun 2 or discard 1.
I'm okay with that.
Oh.
So, honestly, I really like Skullman. I'm very happy with what he does. I've been on them forever for this. Unfortunately for me, I forgot that this is what Skullman actually looks like. In the Mega Man games, whenever I think of Skullman from Mega Man, I always think of his form in Mega Man EXE.
Oh, is that more like a Dark Skull looking thing? Oh, this one. Okay, the lanky one.
Yeah, so I was always thinking this Skullman because I love this design.
It just doesn't
And I
match.
entirely blanked on what normal Mega Man Skullman looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So when they first gave us the cards, I was like, that's not Skullman. Then I realized, oh wait, yes it is. I was thinking Skullman EXE.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm very happy with him. I'm going to be running him off deck.
Yeah.
I still don't know who I like more, Magnet Man or Gemini Man. Both are really strong.
They are.
Alright, next up, we got Ring Toss. This does actually confirm that Ringman is in the set. With full 9-card support, as this is, as you guys can see, a 144-card set.
Mm-hmm.
This sucker is 2 difficulty, 4 check, no block. Looks like Ringman looks to be all evil in life. There's enhanced commit. If this is your second attack this turn, it gets +3 damage, meaning that he may be revolving around the sequence of what your attacks are. Aquaforce, Mason. It's even in UFS.
I like this card. It's gonna be cool. Like it's 3 damage. It's a 3 damage for a 2/4, and it has a focus to it. Like you can't go play a move, make it gigantic. You have to go play 2 moves. This move, only this card only affects this move. If he's about the number of where your attacks are supposed to be, I like that.
He also has Enhanced Commit. Name a card. Discard the top card of your deck. If the discarded card was a copy of the name card, draw 1 card. There are actually a lot of cards that are starting to bounce back to the top of the deck now. So this is actually much easier to get off than what it used to be with fortune telling.
Yeah.
My only problem with it is it does 2 really neat abilities, but it's a 4-check and no block. I don't know.
No, and I totally get that. I see this as probably a 2 of in a deck, depending on what you're building.
I see this as I will really run this card if they reprint Zing. I want things that pump my Zings, and this does it.
Why would this pump your Zing when you want to play Zing at a 5?
I don't care. If I'm playing Zing as my second attack to get another 3 damage, I'm fine with that. I'll go play another Zing as my 5th attack.
All right.
Because that's what happens with Zing. If you play 1, you just play 4 in 1 turn, right? Because I'm obviously Phil Birch.
Yeah.
You don't have the same level of salt as Phil Birch. I'm fairly certain the Dead Sea looks at me and goes, dang.
The Phil Birch joke of the week.
And
By
I
Joe.
still have no idea what you guys are talking about.
One day when you go to Worlds with us, you will meet the entire UFS community.
You'll understand.
You can also go to a salt mine and you might see him there.
He means
I'm waiting for some point he's gonna respond to us at some point and be like, really, guys?
I'm a dead man the next time I go to Michigan. That's why I think I'm gonna have to go to Atlanta next year.
No, you
Alright.
come to New Orleans with me.
Yeah.
All right.
Next up, we got Turbo Protobuster, another one we've already talked about, but still worth going into. 5 difficulty 2 check, no block, 5 mid for 7, air, death, and fire. Desperation 4, which is italicized now, meaning that this is an ability, and ranged is just bold, meaning that this is a keyword.
Yeah. Basically, loaded keywords are italicized so you can see them better. Unloaded ones are bold.
Yep.
Because that definitely was one of the things that confused new players in the beginning. I've had plenty of people over the past couple of years come ask me, be like, what does punch do? I'm like, it's a punch. What does it do? It's just a punch.
Then when you explain what does range do? Oh, it's +0 mid to other ranges. That's what it used to be. Yeah. Now it's not, which is good. This set would be awful if it was these are all +0 mids to these
If this
moves.
still had the range keyword, this would be a +0 mid block.
Yeah.
Against other ranged.
Which is nothing but what Mega Man is.
I did watch somebody at Michigan this past year try to block with a Maxima laser. I was like that. It was he's it has range. I'm like, it doesn't work like that anymore. It was
And he was sad.
he was sad.
I remember right before every major tournament, I had to ask Sean, because he had told me about the rules change months before it was going to happen. So I had to ask him right before every event, is this happening yet? This really decides on how I play the game.
Yep.
So we got static ability. After this card is discarded from your card pool, add it to your momentum. Already fantastic thing. Fantastic effect.
Even if it's blocked, it goes straight to your momentum for later use. That isn't it?
No. It has to be discarded, I believe, via an effect.
Yeah. Because at the end of the turn, stuff is cleared, not discarded.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then it has enhanced discard 1 momentum seal, one of your opponent's foundations or assets. So that means turn them face down for the turn, I believe.
They don't go face down. They just blink.
Okay.
Its
So they
abilities, they are completely blanked.
They are deleted.
Yep.
Yes, they are deleted for the turn.
I'm conflicted about this card because now we know for sure that Concussion Blast is reprinted. So Off of air, I think you still want Concussion Blast. The other two symbols, this is a very welcome addition, though.
Why not run both?
They're both 2 checks.
Why not run both?
You want to know what? There's a guy called Hutzel, Hughes. Let me go. Hutzel needs more 2 checks.
Not to mention that this can actually make Weetzel run off a fire even better.
Oh,
not
I
him.
played Fire. I will tell you my story of Fire Hutzel that I played at the event in Beacon. It was something. It's wiped the floor of other Hutzels. That's all I have.
Gosh. I've only played against one variation of Weetzel, and I already hate him.
Was it the Void one?
I
It's
don't.
that Void deck.
Oh, okay, yeah, everyone hates that.
Oh, it was evil. I only managed to beat it once.
No,
You
it was
did.
Void. That card doesn't have evil.
All right, let's go to the
Alright, so we got this
new
one.
card that nobody really knows about.
Okay, we
My
got
favorite
Topspin.
card.
So, Topspin's very unique because this is a Mega Man card that does not have ranged. And as you can see, Mega Man is not the blue bomber. He is the gold and black bomber at the moment. So that means Mega Man's new gimmick for Mega Man 2 Dot is that he is using master abilities. This also means that possibly the third symbol for each of these attacks, we're going to assume that Mega Man is again off of Good, Order, and All because of Topspin's ability, or some variation of those 3. But each master ability will have the master's correlating symbol to the master. So right now we are looking at 4 difficulty for 3, 4 low for 4. It has no block. It has the keyword ability reversal. It has the new keyword trait Slam, which is all credited to Mark Wisniewski.
So does he have to just play for the rest of his UFS career nothing but slam attacks?
That is, I believe, what the agreement was with Jasco Games, is he is only allowed to play Slam attacks.
Okay, I'll
You can also get around that by playing Combo Slam.
Alright, let me get the Space Jam soundtrack out.
No,
We're good.
we're good. So it has Enhance, an all symbol Enhance, draw 1 card. Already really good. He also has Void. If this attack is played as a reversal and it deals damage, your opponent discards 1 card.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's
Mega
character
Man-
discard there.
That is a nice card.
So Mega Man probably will also have an ability similar to, I believe it was Alana, where he may gain a symbol for the turn.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Ooh.
Because Mega Man, I don't think is going to have Void on him,
Mhm.
except maybe if you say probably Enhance, he gains Void for the turn. Or he has an ability or an action or asset that says, because I guarantee you, we've got to have an action that says, now I've got your power.
Well, let's just make him have a static that says you may do symbol-specific abilities as though you had that symbol.
No.
No, that's broken.
You know what this? You know what this does though?
Mega Man needs some love.
This makes that one Kyo rare really like good. The one foundation that like negates symbol specific abilities.
Yeah.
That I like an interrupted education.
Yes.
Like I mean, like this that card's like wow. Now there's cards that that interacts with because there's nothing with it right now. That's
Well,
pretty
there
cool.
was one. They banned it.
It's true they did ban it.
They banned Paralyzing Touch. It had 2 really good abilities to negate.
But this is an amazing card.
Oh yeah.
Well, it is. It is.
I have seen like 8 cards from the set. I'm gonna say that this is gonna be one of the top 5 attacks in the set.
Oh, yeah.
And this is only a rare.
Yep.
Now, we
Now-
will be getting some stuff sometime next month. We have no firm date. But trust me, I will be telling everybody on Facebook, so keep an eye on the Facebook of when we get a new spoiler card. They told me sometime-ish in January.
Perfect.
Ish. Lots of issues.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything is subject to change, but we got told Total Just Gaming will get a card sometime in the start of the new year.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, did they tell you what year in January?
2020, the year 20XX.
I like it.
You left yourself wide open for that one, Matt.
Eh.
All right. Also, Jasco Games is bringing out a lot of Mega Man stuff. So, we got sleeves and deck boxes that you could order from JascoGames.com. We're going to run through those real quick. We got Ye Old Mega Man Powered Up sleeves. We got the 8-bit Jump Shot sleeves. We got Met, also known as Eddie sometimes, depending on what you look at.
Also known as that really annoying thing in Smash Run.
We got Proto Man sleeves. We got Roll, who is proven that she is quite possibly the most powerful robot master ever to exist.
Wait, seriously?
That doesn't sound like Hoitzel.
No, I've already shown you official Capcom art that she has made Witzel her,
I know.
Her slave.
But she's so annoying. Egoraptor made that painfully obvious.
And yet she is
Mega Man, what are you doing?
No.
And Rush sleeves.
Oh yes.
Best sleeves.
Everybody's favorite.
No, the best sleeves will be Trouble and Bass when those come out.
Oh heck yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Joe will dump Skullmat in a hot New York minute the moment Bass comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he's powered by another stupid made-up element.
Yes. Basium.
Basenium. Golly.
No, not as bad as Unobtainium.
That is true. That is true. That's even more.
Hey, there's got 3 sequels in the works, okay?
Oh Lord, no.
How many
They're-
more Dances with Wolves can we rip off?
The next one's a political. Supposedly, they're all going to be 3 different movie types. That's the word. They're like one's a political thing, one's like environmental safety film styled,
So
and then the other one's.
I
So
heard
what
one
you're
of them.
telling me is we got Dances with Wolves, Fern Gully, and I hope to God Aliens.
Yeah.
I heard one of them was being filmed underwater, so that'd be nice.
As
Oh,
long
yeah.
as James Cameron takes all the profits from these movies and puts them towards planetary resources, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
okay.
Considering that he's going to be making more money than Michael Bay.
He's going to be one of the richest men on the planet with planetary resources.
Alrighty.
Ladies and gentlemen, I
We got
refer to
Mega
you.
Man deck boxes
Yeah.
and Proto Man deck boxes.
Double yeah.
And now we get artwork from lead artist at Jasco Games, Tom Coyer. Who I
Cool.
believe favorite phrase is that needs more texture.
DreamWorks would love him.
So
All right.
we have here, and it's a little hard to see, guys, I know. We have Mega Man staring down Turbo Man. Now, I want to know, is this an attack? Is this a foundation? And does this, in fact, confirm that Turbo Man is in this set, or is he in something down the road? What do you guys think?
Yeah, down the road.
I think he's down the road, and I think it's an action.
I really want to say a foundation, but it just has that picture of like the stare down. It screams action to me as well.
I say it's a foundation, and I'm going to guess it's in the next set, too. But here's the thing. Who's it going to be for? Is it going to be for Turbo Man, or is it going to be for Mega Man?
Maybe it'll be for another Robot Master that hasn't been released yet.
Who's Turbo Man?
Who's Turbo Man?
Turbo Man. Turbo Man's in that pile of possibility. All right, so
Every time I
let's
hear
go-
Turbo
let's go to
Man,
the let's go to the one that you haven't shared with any of us. So let's see this one.
Oh, super secret.
Good old chop to the throat.
Ooh.
It's Reese, either... Yeah, it looks like Reese throat choppy Satan. So this is going to be from probably Blood Omen. I'm going to go with saying that this is an attack.
Ditto.
Did Tom do this art?
Tom did this. He put it up and shared it with me this afternoon.
Yeah, I saw you send this out earlier, and I was just like, "What Robot Master is this?" Oh, it's Reese.
I like the idea. So it's gonna probably. I'm gonna call attack.
Yeah, there's no way it's
But
not.
but I'm looking at perception on the art itself. Where there is no depth on this picture right now to identify where that arm is. Like his arm
Not
is
enough
like
texture.
yeah.
That
There's
is
really it
really-
looks like you look like this. It's like it looks like this kind of like his arm, his elbows palm, like it's like he's just like coming in. It's gonna be a little cleanup, but it's a good start, I will say, and it's gonna be probably a pretty cool card. I would say it's gonna be an attack, like more Reese punching. That's all he needs. Maybe he'll start just doing the pimp slap. Boom. Pimp slap.
Both backhand for the win.
All right, we're gonna take a small break from looking at pictures. Tell us about the Empire circuit you guys attended.
It was terrible. Awful. It's because we didn't win.
I was gonna say you didn't win, did you?
And it can almost
Well-
directly be blamed on me.
I mean,
I
Rochester still won,
punted.
but
Yeah. The other Rochester or team, Sean, don't give your spot up to Ryan Fields. Where Ryan Fields came with Sean, Chrissy, and Kevin from Rochester, and the expectation that he was going to be a free agent into a team. And the team never materialized for him. And Sean was like, pulls the team aside and was like, okay, I'm going to run the tournament. He's going to play. And that's what came up to their team, which was pretty cool.
yeah, props to Sean for doing that because I know he wanted to play a lot that weekend.
And Matt, Giggles, and myself showed up.
Now,
as
which
our-
Matt, Broberg or Hughes?
Me.
Matt-
There's no other Matt Broberg. There's no
I
Matt
know. I
Broberg.
just wanted to screw with everybody. I know it's Kevin.
No.
Matt played the Void Weapon Lilith that our friend Andrew pretty much created. It's a great deck. Giggles played my good Sasquatch deck because he couldn't feel comfortable with anything we had. And I played Fire Hutzel because I didn't have anything new built that I was really playing. I was like, all right, let's just take this Fire Hutzel deck we have an idea on and run with it. And it was so much fun.
Got third place when two of our decks were kind of shaky. So
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice.
We lost. We went win-win. Lost to Big Rochester because I thought I had Ryan Fields and he top decked a move off of a draw effect, and I'm like, okay, he's playing Phil Birch. It happens. Then we lost to what team did we lose to? And
it was Jared's team. I don't remember.
Jared from Poughkeepsie's team.
We barely lost to them, and then it worked out because we let them in and we got in anyways.
Nice.
And then we played Big Rochester again, and
Tried
I got
to-
paired. They put me against Kevin the second time around. He was playing the Joe Hill Insanity Fill Your Card Pool deck that he's becoming really proficient with, and I'm actually scared for anybody who plays against him at a major event.
Challenge accepted.
And I was holding a out of your league for a caught red-handed he had in play so that I could activate Shirinomai to clear my card pool that was going to build up and draw a fresh hand. And somehow I thought to respond to his first Joe Hill ability for no reason at all, and just lost the game. It was I literally, as soon as I played it, I'm like, what did I just do? I just played myself into a corner, and it was fine. I mean, we had a great time. It was unexpected for me to be able to go to the event, so it was good to go and play with people. And there was 11 teams, 33 people showing up for a event on the circuit is unheard of.
Yeah,
it was great, and it was a lot of fun just seeing new people, meeting new people, and dinner afterwards was great. So we had a fun time. I enjoyed it.
Poughkeepsie's fun. It's the best part of the Empire circuit besides Rochester.
Definitely. Also,
Poughkeepsie
I want to
gets
say that I want to give congrats to the team from Amsterdam, New York, that came
For
and
showing up out of nowhere, yeah.
showing up out of nowhere with two players who had played the game less than a month and a half each. One was playing a version of the Kim combo deck. another one was playing Stacker Mai, and their decks were just very well designed for their limited card pool, and it was really cool to watch them play and just be going off with these matches. And then one of their guys who was one of the ones who had been playing for a long time.
Hmm.
So it's nice to see that that's playgroups hopefully coming back. Hopefully
Yeah.
they can grow it to a point. We need to band all our playgroups together and strike down Michigan.
Yeah. I want to show up to Michigan next. I want to show up to Michigan next year and be like, we don't have enough room. I want to do that to them. Be like, how many people came from New York? I'm like, I think all of New York showed up. I would love to do that, or at least make or hopefully when we have APTC, it's something.
Yeah.
We're working on that. But yeah, that was great.
We have which PTC just finished up? The one in Cali, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
California, Riverside.
All right,
Yep.
and we got Poughkeepsie coming up soon, I believe.
No. Poughkeepsie's not till July. We got.
Alright.
I think. I know the forums are down right now, so
I
schedule's
believe
a little.
the next one is technically supposed to be in Jersey. I'm not sure when that's supposed to be.
It's either
Um,
Jersey or there's Texas coming up soon
All right,
too.
Matt, Jesse, wave hi. Hi,
Hi.
Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
Oh, hi, Nathan.
All right,
Finally
continue.
watching us.
He says he's late, but he's here to troll.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the next PTC I don't know of. I know the next Empire Circuit, I'm pretty sure, is Jersey. There was also talks of, since Amsterdam showed up out of nowhere, of trying to squeeze in an event for them, or if not, we're gonna add them back to the Empire Circuit next year.
Hmm.
I think they just decided to just have people from out of town show up in Amsterdam and just try and drum up people.
Yeah.
But I believe Jersey's the next one. I'd like to say more, but it'd be up to like Tim or Sean to actually be watching and say something.
Actually, I could
Forums
probably.
down.
Well, let me pull up the Empire State thing on Facebook. It'll take 2 seconds, and I know it has a tentative schedule.
Yeah,
listed.
I could never find the tentative schedule on Facebook. That was the issue.
Let's see. I'm pulling up the group right now.
And I know something that maybe we should have people plan for a bit ahead of time. Actually, I'm not sure I'm supposed to be saying this. What our PTC is going to hopefully be.
We have no information provided until it is confirmed, Matthew.
Okay.
That is. We are working within the realm at the moment.
Mm.
Sean's aware, and we're trying to get it straightened out.
Yep.
I am looking for the tentative schedule, but
Oh.
Yeah, the problem is the tentative schedules was on the forums, which sorry to say are down at this time, and I at least thank you, Jasco, for being in communication with us every time I ask them.
Nathan said that Jason, Shane, AJ, Keegan, and are all going to be at the Abilene PTC.
Abilene,
Where?
Texas.
Texas. Okay.
Texas.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
No, it's not deep in the heart of Texas. It's in the. Isn't that a Jasco Classic? Your Jasco Classic.
Jasco Classics in Lubbock.
Lubbock.
Oh. Okay.
They should come to New York.
They should.
I know it's a long trek, but if Shane can come, the rest of you can come.
I want to note that Shane Duckworth came from Vegas to play on a team for the Empire Circuit
If you guys
to continue staying in the point leadership for that event.
If you guys need me in March, I'd probably be able to find you because I was there in New York.
All right. So, speaking of PTCs, I believe we have some deck lists we're going to look at from Riverside.
Definitely.
Yes. Give me 1 second to set that back up.
Like while you're setting up, I'll just go through and say what the characters were the top 8. First place was, excuse me if I get any of these actual names wrong, David Gosney playing Super Skullman 33 off of all. It's going to be one of the decks we're going to go over. So, Trinity Geyser deck, now that, like, Kaplow and what thing is gone.
Mhm.
Second place was Iari Makor playing Reese, playing all punches instead of air. Surprised me a bit.
But he was playing air. But he was playing.
Oh yeah, it was Air Foundations with an
Yeah,
all
it
attack,
was- yeah.
which I like.
Yeah.
Like you can easily just pitch out the all only punches and then continue the build.
Mm-hmm.
Third place, one of the other decks we're going to talk about, is Terry 2 Dot, played by Alexander Frederick. Terry 2 Dot.
I like once I realized, I'm like, I look at that deck when it got posted, I'm like, okay, cool, it's Terry. Like, okay, you see Terry once in a while in a top 8, and then I'm like, that's 2 Terry. That's the Neomax
Throw
Terry.
it down, Terry.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Fourth place was Shane Duckworth, piloting Vincent Gray. Just order lows. I've been seeing him playing this for a while, ever since K-Dash got banned. It's a solid deck.
Yep.
Fifth place, Danny Mosley playing Fire Goro?
It looks like Fire Earth. There's a little bit of Fire
Yeah,
Earth.
it's a Fire Earth mix. It's got some Coal 45s in there. Sixth place was Thomas Hanna playing Kula. Looks like Evil Kula. And then seventh place, the last deck we'll be going over, Heliodoro Ramirez playing Earth Hoitzil, making Trap Shot work like it's never worked before.
I love that. I love having a deck list to work with for that.
Yeah. Eighth place, Matthew Vallejos playing Birch.
All Birch. I mean,
it's Birch.
It's a good, like we've
It's
made
a good
the
deck
argument before. It's a good deck. If you play it and you know how to play it, you can top in an event with it.
Yeah.
Win it, you got to earn it.
Yeah. It's Birch.
I will say that actually my favorite thing about seeing across the board of all the decks was cards that there was one card specifically I kept seeing people sideboard, and it's one of my favorite cards that it's starting to see more play, and it's Kyuga, which is one of Yuri's. One of yours, like I saw that in decks and in sideboard across the board of the people who could play it. It's it's just a very basic card, but you know what? There's not a lot of commit this card effect in the game.
It's a strong card. Like from playing UFS in the past with things like Pommel Smash being so good back in the day, I knew I was gonna start seeing play. It was just there was never the room for it.
Yeah. I played it at Worlds, and it did work for me at Worlds in my sideboard for Raiden. Like I would just lead with it and be like, all right, commit your anti-throw card. Good luck.
The one thing that I'm seeing with a lot of these decks is everyone has their Kaboken trainings to the sideboard DAO instead of mainboard, just to make their deck more consistent and cut out some forechecks. I mean, I'm not sure I agree with that with the Hoitzil, because maybe it wants to see more different lower checks, but more different checks like that. But
well, let's pull up the deck list and let's do a quick just do a run through on them.
Yep. Start off with Skullman. Let's do them in order.
There we go.
All right. So we got Skullman. Everyone knows what he does, but I'll go over it again. Gets +1 hand size for every other copy of his card in play. And then he's had some Aretas, but it's F, add a foundation from your stage area to the top of your deck. Once per turn, choose a foundation or asset from your opponent's stage area and add it to the top of deck. He's been Aretaed, so you can only do this once per turn, so you can't just stack your top of your deck with all your perfect checks. And then E, commit a foundation. Choose a card in your card pool. Doesn't count towards progressive difficulty until end of turn. The deck seems to primarily just be all good stuff, with a Trinity Geyser package.
Yep.
It has the awesome play that ever since I saw the Mega Man Tins come out, I knew Mega Man Tins and Neomax out. I knew someone's gonna do it. Of doing Mega Ball, and doing its E to make your range -2 difficulty. And then playing 2 foundations and then Trinity Geyser, just ends up being a lot cheaper. Like you can, the ideal play I could see for it going off is it going Mega Ball, make it so it doesn't add to progressive. Playing some foundations, like there's a few of them, like One Man Wolfpack that don't add to progressive.
Why not Hidden Laughter?
I think because he was heavy off of all, particularly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you play Mega Ball, you play some stuff that doesn't have progressive, and so that way you could just, between that and his F, you could play Trinity Geyser for like 4 to 5 difficulty. Or it also allows you, or you could use these things if you're having a long game. It allows you to play at like 4 to 5 difficulty on your second or third Trinity Geyser.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a. I'm very surprised to see Super Skullman still out there.
I ain't.
I mean, he's been kind of like, he didn't show up at Michigan. Nobody played him in Michigan.
It's because Jeremy Ray wasn't playing him.
True. He played because he won the event with another character.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is the fact that there was for a while within playgroups, like everyone had like one Trinity Geyser and that's it. Now there's enough Trinity Geysers, like they've all been collected to the people that want them and want to run them.
Mm-hmm. Like we have, like out of our collection, we have the 3 we need to play it. We have yet to really put it into something, you know. Maybe one of us should just.
If I can get Giggles to come out here early enough tomorrow, one of these Trinity Geyser decks might be being played because he needs to get ready for nationals.
Yeah.
And this feels like something that he needs to play against.
I agree. I like the sideboard options. Power Struggle is going to be like the new anti-throw replacement in a lot of decks, especially after rotation. It's starting to see play now. Scorn Beauty is great. Just, you know, it's the Aristotle one. The Copo trainings now on the board. I like Superhero Know-How.
Yep.
Like, that card's great. I would love to actually see that card reprinted. It just does perfect the right amount of things an asset should do. The fact that it clears when you block with it, so you get a free thing. It minuses damage. It can save a check. It's pretty good. I mean, this is a very well-built deck, and congrats to the winner with this deck. And I hope he takes his ticket and he heads to Worlds next year. This deck has 4 foundations that cantrip.
Yeah, it has lots of cantrips, and it has lots of 6 checks for him to put up on top of his deck for when he needs to go off. All right, on to Terry, who I feel is similar, but to Skullman after spending some time looking at it, just much more aggressive. Because the big thing to note, we're at 21 attacks already. And as I have in the description there's also supposed to be 3 Kersplats.
Oh yeah, and they aren't up yet on.
Yeah, they aren't on here. So it's a 24 attack deck.
Yeah.
So it's really aggressive. It has Splam. It has Kuhadan, which can make itself a little bit easier. And then
Rising Tackle. I like to see
Now it's called Rising Taco.
Rising Taco.
Taco.
Okay, how about let's do this before we really start talking about the attacks. Let's go to the Terry, because I want to. Not many people know this guy does. He's pretty. He is. Your non-attack gets +1 speed, +3 damage, if the card before it is a non-attack card. So cards like Throw It Down.
Yeah, it doubles up your Throw It Down.
Yeah, it doubles up your Throw It Down on a non-attack, which is pretty awesome.
it turns your Trinity Geysers into 5 speed for 11.
Yeah.
What
is that for? What is that final move on the list? The Hisaku. What's
I-
that?
Shinobi
let's
Viper,
look at that.
Super Deadly Ninja Bees.
I could not figure out why this. I guess you could turn if you turn face down. It counts for Terry as there being a non-attack card before it.
It does.
Oh,
because it's
geez.
So you're gonna throw
Oh.
it down, this move, turn it down, play another copy of this move, get his damage pump, turn it down.
Good lord.
And plus, it has he has original legend in the deck too.
Yeah.
Which also feeds that. What does the original legend do? It's like turn a card. Yeah, turns it. Yeah. Oh my god. So he goes play a move, play this, flip it face down, use the Terry effect. Oh my
Good
god.
lord.
Now I am very impressed with this deck.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
And
that
he's
is
got
not-
even more 6 checks to just try and hope to hit them off of his to hit him for his Trinity Geysers.
that is absolutely nuts.
I like this card on Ladies Man in this deck. Just like go Ladies Man attack, and you're just like deal damage. You're just like readying up foundations. You just keep
Mhm.
going.
Yeah. Like it's
what's
a good
the one
thing.
What's the Hizukato Prince? I know that's
Izuku Prince, I believe it's just in there as a 0/6. It has your opponent mill the top card of their deck.
oh, so it's a 0/6. He's running a hard 0/6 for the. Okay,
And just to
that's
spam
not
out as
bad.
much as possible.
I mean, that's
because-
like yep, 2 zeros, no ones. Oh,
Um,
but a lot of 6-check coverage. Like he's running
The other thing-
Grandmaster.
the other thing with Ladies Man is it seems pretty good for when you're going off on a Trinity Geyser deck. Because you put that in as one of your 2 for when you're setting up your first Trinity Geyser, and then when
Mhm.
all your moves hit for that turn, you can just keep readying foundations to keep yourself going.
True.
Like
This
it
is
can help, it can allow you to like ready your clandestine research.
Hmm.
That's not in the deck. Sorry.
Yeah. That's so. Yeah, I knew you were missing something.
Clandestine research. Number 1 card that should be going in this deck.
Yeah.
Less attacks, clandestine research. Deck just became a lot more consistent, and I think would have won.
Well, we'll have to test this out. We have throw it downs.
Another deck with no low blocks.
Who blocks? Who needs to block lows?
I believe I was playing against one deck where I couldn't win because I had no low blocks.
Give me 1 second, gentlemen. I'm just gonna turn my fan on. Okay. What's I give props to this deck. This is creativity. This is definitely a creativity that I like seeing in UFS.
Brian, I'm telling you now, you may see something similar to this soon.
Challenge
Yeah.
accepted.
I think this deck with what we would refer as the cleanup with this deck, I could see this deck being something.
Maybe not so many attacks, but
I definitely like Trinity Geyser. Like it's definitely these two. The fact that these 2 decks were first and second place were Trinity Geyser decks just shows how good that card is.
Was this second place? I thought this
Yes.
was.
Oh no, it was
Third,
3rd place.
It was third.
3rd.
We kind of jumped around because we wanted to pick 4 decks that were unique to we found to this.
I only picked 3.
All right. Let's go to the next one.
I mean, second place was
You.
second place was the
Reese deck. Yeah. All right. Hutzel. This just proves that this guy is playable on all 3 symbols. That's what
Yep.
this proved.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty standard the Earth Foundation base. You're playing This guy played 30 foundations.
Yeah.
Like this is a let's go deep plan. I like it.
It's Earth throws. The main thing that's missing out of this is there's supposed to be a Jack in the main board as another character.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure that's the main setup of the sideboard. Is you slam in head crushes in place of trap shots, or not trap shot, in place of something, maybe some.
Probably the Maxima Press.
That's
no,
versus a throw.
No, it's a throw. You turn yourself into a Jack deck. It takes out because I realized I messed up with the sideboard a bit. I think there's supposed to be at least one of those Kapokans in the side, or in the main, because there's also supposed to be a Necro Driver in the sideboard. And it goes to a fourth Necro Driver, it slams in, head crushes, and you can just turn yourself into a Jack deck that's slightly more aggressive.
Yeah.
The biggest trick with this deck is you play throws, your Hoitzil, you make your throws bigger when they hit, and then you can either play on reversal or just play after a string of attacks. You play Trap Shot, and when all the Trap Shot is this pretty innocuous move. It's 4 difficulty, 2 high for 2. Multiple copies have no enhanced step, which that with Hoitzil is pretty good, as Conch Blast has shown. The biggest thing is it's multiple 3 and a reversal. So you can just throw this on your opponent's turn, and let's say on average you're getting +2 to all of your attacks. That's 16 damage on one move if you've got the momentum, which you should be able to if you're playing nothing but throws.
Yeah.
That's 16 damage on your opponent's turn across 4 different attacks. And then also the E just makes it so if you wait them out a bit till they play like 2 or 3 attacks, you can make them if they hit if they aren't able to block the first Trap Shot, you just tap down their board. So I think Trap Shot, like, it was one of those cards. It was good for its numbers. There needed to be solid damage pump that could be applied to it, and Hoitzil's that card.
Yeah.
Like,
plus you have Steadfast Partner too.
Yeah.
Like your turn with that card could be stupid. Like, ready, activate 2 Steadfast Partners on a cheap move.
Yeah.
Cards I'm kind of surprised are not in this deck. Wall of Goro.
Yes.
Like
I want to. This is another deck I want to clean up. Like, I'm gonna put together like Skullman and stuff out of Giggles's collection for him to fight for nationals. But this is something I think I'm gonna clean up and play myself.
Yeah.
I
mean, I took a shot at it last week. I heard about this deck because this guy came in second at the Riverside PTC that happened.
No.
or the other one, Temecula, or the one before. There was 2 Cali ones back to back. He came in second with this deck previously, and I heard about it. And I kind of just took the idea and made a deck, and I came up with a completely different deck. But it's still pretty cool.
The biggest change I would do, because I think this attack is amazing, is switch out Genocide Vulcans for Hurricane Uppers. It gives you more momentum for your trap shots, and it's your second trap shot. Like, it's more damage across it than the trap shot, but you just do it on your own turn.
Mm-hmm.
Just like having 2, like if you have just a gigantic amount of momentum going into the late game, going like throw, trap shot, multiple everything out, tap out my board to play another multiple it out. It's really strong.
But there's also the fact you might mill out on that plan.
I don't care. If you're dead, if I'm throwing like 45 damage across these like 7-8 moves, you're dying.
Hopefully.
Like, I guess Kevin Broberg will somehow survive with a 20 vitality character.
Yes, we've seen this.
But I'm building this for tomorrow. This is what I'm doing after I get off the stream. But this is another deck I think just clean it up a little bit more. Like, I think the whole idea of what I think it's going for, of putting head crushes in the board to switch into Jack as a plan B, I think just diluted the deck in general.
It seems like he probably should just be like I think Hoitzil is one of those characters. If you're outside of the Void build, like the Fire and Earth build, you should plan to have 2 or 3 of the characters in your deck be a character sideboard option, and just be like your sideboard is 8 cards that just get put in. I think it's just this one could be spread out a little bit. I don't think you need 4 head crushes need to go in. But like you could dilute the numbers.
If anything, let's see. No, not enough mid blocks on the attack lineup itself. I'd be like, if anything, maybe Head Crush should be main boarded, but it's always awkward. almost like the one thing I kind of actually like is the Lone Wanderers. For
Oh, yeah.
additional 6 checks,
Mhm.
for you to flip off his ability, and it being a +1 mid block.
Pretty good right now.
Like I got laughed at for wanting to play. I can't remember what it is. It's in the same thing. It's in the Proto Man tin. It's the 1/5 that's a +2 high, and just
Oh
nothing
yeah,
else.
which is the Nivote for opposite from Mega. Like the Mega Man is Nivote,
Yeah.
which is played
Yeah,
in a lot of order decks.
Yeah.
Because it's a too
Like-
low, and you want to play it too high, and like that doesn't seem right. It's a spam. I'm like,
I got
but it's a
laughed
spam
at
that
for
does
that.
something.
And then I put it in anyways, and it won me plenty of matches.
Yeah,
Like
it's a
Playing
spam with a good
cards.
block.
playing cards just to have blocks is perfectly legitimate, I think. Because you're not going to be able to use the abilities on all your cards. Sometimes you want to save blocks to live.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't think people are looking at sometimes.
I agree.
It's just that some symbols, Void, get everything. So it's like, oh, our cards have amazing blocks and amazing abilities.
Yep.
Which, speaking of, that's something I'm going to try starting next year. For setting people up for nationals, I'm going to do a set of shows just going over, like, what are the best things in each symbol. And it's just thought experiment I did a little bit just to show, it showed very much why, like, X symbols were winning at a certain period. Because, like, Void for the top 50 odd foundations or so has 17 of them, and that's the highest amount out of all of them. So it's something to look forward to in a couple of weeks once we start the next year.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, we have back-to-back holidays falling on our day, which is always tough.
All right, so let's turn it over to Jesse as we actually get to the Christmas aspect of this show. Kind of all those Mega Man cards were a nice present.
Here's the man who gives the presents. This was
Oh, and Ryan, this is actually what a normal Legacy deck looked like.
This is a little crazy. This is kind of like I want to just have fun with this one and kind of like give it like a theme to Nicholas the Saint.
Now, we should be honest with him. Normal Legacy decks run about 50 foundations, 8 attacks, 20 actions, and about 40 essence normally.
If they're not an aggressive deck, it's true. There's some decks that do follow that. This is like one of the fun. This is one of the funnest characters. I wish they did more of this. Is a character with a built-in alternate win condition.
Okay. Before we start this off, we will complain to Jasco Games. Shame on you for you guys not making Cole 45, the new Santa Claus theme card, compatible with this card. What were you thinking?
Shares 0 symbols.
0.
I want to give my opponent additional gifts.
Yep.
With a chain gun.
Agreed.
Instead of ho, 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 it's pow, pow, pow.
Let's run. This deck is specifically designed to win with your character ability. That is what I designed this on. I didn't plan to. The cards in this, the attacks in this deck are specifically to get advantage in the game. Let's go through some of the fun stuff in this deck. Okay, character first. Start of the game, you get 12 Xmas tokens. They may only be removed by your ability. Luckily, there was never much anything else that removed tokens. F and A, discard a card once per turn. Remove an Xmas token from this character from the game. Your opponent may pick up a card from their discard pile, add it to your hand. If there's no Xmas tokens, you win the game. I like this. It was fun. It was great. His second ability, this attack gets -X damage or +X speed. X equals the lower of the two values. It's a defensive. It was cool. It's gonna be useful in this deck.
Yep.
I really designed a lot of the cards in the deck for you're kind of giving and taking. You're really being Santa or you're being a jerk Santa. First one, actually false pretenses. first foundation up. Is E. I give you +2 to your control checks, but in turn, every time you make a control check, I gain 2 vitality. Just like, I'm going to give you something, but I'm going to keep this. I'm going to stay alive. And that's the whole plan here.
Oh my gosh.
Make a difference. I'm going to get rid of all your attacks in all the card pools, and we're going to draw cards. Draw X cards equal the number of attacks discarded from either player's card pool. So you can go discard all your attacks, but I discard no attacks from my card pool. We don't draw any cards. It's like, I'm going to say no this turn. You've been a bad boy. No attacks.
I've never seen that card played during my opponent's turn. I didn't know you could.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could use that defensively.
Kevin,
that got played, and then you killed them.
Yeah, I know. I never thought you never needed to play it defensively when this card was legal.
Yeah,
that is evil.
I had to get one of the assets of power, one of the foundations of power out here. This is a gift. This is a giving card. Contemplation of existence. We both get +1 hand size, and when I gain some vitality, I gain 1 more. Seems pretty good. Well, everyone's true. The ultimate gift.
The card that single-handedly crippled the game.
But it's giving you something. I'm saying no to one thing, but I'm giving you a gift. Think about it. Well, everyone's true.
I'm still thinking about that this card single-handedly crippled the game.
Okay, you can accept that. It's unique now. It does have the errata for unique, so you can only have 1 in play.
I was that guy who was the only one of them who had a full set for 6 months.
It actually only took 3 months. Remember, because I kept every time we opened starters at the store, I'd be like,
yeah, I didn't pay attention after I got my 4. I'm just like, go ahead.
Yeah. On Orthodox style, I'm gonna give myself some gifts because I need them. I gotta stay alive. I gotta keep cards in my hand because I have to pitch one every turn to the 12 days of Christmas. Yoga Mastery is a say no. From people who are not familiar with the Legacy format, this card has an errata that after I use the ability twice, this card gets committed. But it's just another say no, hold the board. Deadly Rage. This is my favorite card that never went anywhere.
I love that card. It was one of the things I always...
Your opponent takes 3 damage. Only playable if your opponent has given a damage bonus to an attack during this combat phase. I love this card, but I never could fit it in any of those symbols of decks. And I really wanted to try it. Like, there was a point I was like, I'm gonna make this work, and I'm gonna find a way to just be like, take 9 a turn without doing anything.
You find I can't make this work.
I played a Water Tycho deck for 1 week using 4x of this card and 4 Burning Knuckle, just to mess with people. I just played it casually. Just to mess with people for a while. They got so bad.
Antisocial, next one. This is a gift-giving card. It's a draw X discard. I like this card. It's just always fun.
This is also one of the very few cards that you can see John Talbane in his human form.
That is true. Also, it has its second effect. Helps put some of the bigger cards like Gerdot's Leadership into play. It helps, just build a board. I mean, it gives gifts. You do something, I do something. Son of a Tycoon. We both draw a card. I'm giving gifts every day. That's Nicholas Saint's plan. Tough Outer Shell. This is the key card to get in play with this deck.
Isn't this banned?
I thought Tough Outer Shell wasn't banned. Is it banned now? I'm sorry if I forgot that. The Legacy ban list is so big. I'm sorry to say, the reference site for the Legacy ban list is down, so I didn't have that to go through. I didn't put replenishment in this deck. It was smart. It didn't do that.
Okay.
I thought they didn't ban this card. If they did, I'm sorry, because this was kind of like my protection plan for the deck. If it's banned, I'm sorry. My apologies. I just didn't have access to the gigantic Legacy ban list at the moment.
But what does it do?
Players discard at first F. Players discard down to their hand size. Until the beginning of your next turn, players cannot draw or add cards in the combat phase. So when Nicholas is saying it's discard a card, remove a token, they can't pick up a card. So it protects you.
See, fair
That's
and balanced.
See, that's fair and balanced.
Let's just not look at that other part there.
Yeah. That other part is what made this card really good. Discard a card after you take damage from your opponent's cards or ability, gain X Vitality. X equals the difficulty of the card discarded.
Oh my gosh.
That's what broke this card. I had more than...
Let me discard my character or Gyarados. Let's gain 6.
Yeah. Criminal Past, because obviously Santa's a badass. Lose X. This is a protection plan. Lose X Vitality during your block step. Attacks are blocked. Actually, half the attack's damage. So you're pretty much taking a throw worth of damage, and then you just kind of gain it back up with a couple of cards. That gain you life. Including the next one, Altered Mind and Body, which is I'm Santa. I gotta stay alive, and this card keeps you alive. That's all I realize. And plus, it's a 1+1 mid. Like this card could not exist nowadays.
No.
No, the game is just too different now. And then some of the newer stuff, Conflicting Ambition. Both draw cards. We both do something. That's what this guy's all about. Giving everybody a little bit of the pie. Fool Me Twice is definitely a cold card. It's like I don't want you to have those. Say no. Just have to say no. Competent Trains to say no, and my favorite. This card is one of my favorites, and I wish it saw more play when it did, but it just came out so late. Before the draw step, discard a card, search your deck for any card. 6/3 Foundation, unique, playable in any deck.
Dang.
Yeah, like this was one of my favorite cards. I just never got any true play but it did something. It built that. It made the decks that only needed 8 attacks to win. Like you're just like, oh, I need one of my 8 attacks. I found it. Now I have an enhanced phase.
And now I kill you.
Yep. Let's go to the attacks. Bam is my first one. What does this do? Well, it makes you have to choose one of my foundations and give me another one. You got to give me a gift because I'm Santa.
He needs his cookies.
He needs his cookies. Duncan. There's a lot of an inside joke about this card locally.
Best
We have a lot of
attack ever
Duncans.
made.
Attack's not blocked. I draw 2 cards. Nobody wants to block Santa's cards, so you're gonna let me draw 2. And Mill Street, whatever. And then my favorite punch ever made.
Yay,
Burning Knuckle.
Burning Knuckle.
This is the predecessor to what is it called, Hughes? The
Ballistic
Vincent
Snap Kick.
This is the predecessor to Ballistic Snap Kick. I think it's the better card. React. After you play this card as a block, your opponent takes X damage. X equals the control of the blocked attack. I can tell you a story about Matt Hughes at Canadian Nationals Year 1 killing somebody on a move that would have dealt lethal to him, even if half blocked, because he activated he had the R go off before.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I made someone incredibly mad, and I think he dropped from the tournament.
Yeah, he ruled. You explained. You had to teach someone the game that day.
Yep. It's always the best way.
Hats off to you.
It's like you lost because of you didn't know this. I'm sorry. Next one, White Gi. I love this. This is one of my favorite cards because it's a go both ways. I'm gonna give you it'd be a turn. We can get momentum from the bottom of our deck. If I somehow end up with no cards in hand, I'm gonna draw 4. I always liked this card. I always played in any of those symbols. I always played 2 of them.
So it looks like Santa's going to visit all. Wait a minute. Santa's going to visit everywhere except for. Well, I guess he doesn't share symbols with it. I was gonna say he doesn't come to Millennium.
No, he doesn't go to Millennium.
You have Sean. It's capital.
Doesn't
But
come to
now-
Pacific Gifts.
No specific gifts. But I did put the two. I put my two favorite. We got some locations in the next section we're gonna go to. The Warriors at Wonder World. One of the many Michigan assets. This one's definitely I'm trying to say another kind of like being mean to your opponent plan of just removing cards, and if somehow they have the same card as you, you get to get another one. So it's like I'm gonna say no to both of us, but I get the gift. King's Games, probably one of my favorite cards. Out of some of the old team assets. And it's got, let's see here, James Hada, Omar Chavez. I can't remember the other man. I wish I could.
I can't
remember his name.
anything.
It's been so long. I can't remember the other two people who were on this card, but I remember those two because James won Worlds and was a designer for a while, and Omar Chavez won U.S. Nationals. But yeah, this was a fun terrain of giving people life, going back and forth, kind of sustaining the game off, and then you can just take the first Eve one time, and it's so much fun. And then my Cross the Ponds card for Pigeons Games, another one of my a great terrain that never really got a lot of play.
It got play in one character.
It got played in my Javatma deck.
It got played in Tycho.
Oh yeah, I got played in your Tycho. Yeah, we played it in Tycho. That short time.
Yeah.
Ready your character. Yeah, this was insane with Tycho. But it's another. I'm gonna give us both some stuff. We're gonna see what happens. Let's see. The next one we got Nailed It. I always like Nailed It in this stuff. It's always a great time. This was. I thought I hated this card when it came out, and then as the game progressed, this card has become less and less relevant. Like, before we did the rotation, this card was a pain because there was so many repeative abilities, and now there's, like, few where you're not going to see this card all the time, and if you do, you're like, okay, I'm just going to play through it. Whatever.
What mat's on that card, by the way?
What?
Which mat is that, by the way?
I've met him. I met him at both times at Michigan. I met this person. He was on the Birch J Ray team one year.
Yeah, I got mine from J Ray, so I didn't even think to ask.
Seal Cessation. This you gotta say you have to have a say no plan in this deck, and it's a good card. This card's
Santa?
unique now. Santa has to say no.
Santa took a lump of coal and drew a skull on it.
Exactly.
Right.
Throwing it at you.
Now, we got to stop on Lynette Shop because I have a great story behind this card. I was playing, or it wasn't me. It may not have been me. I don't remember who, but it was against Simon. Simon Taylor. And Simon, for whatever reason, I guess his brain, and this is the opening of the game, so neither one of us has any foundations.
Okay.
He goes bam, 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 then for whatever reason says, plays in the Lynette Shop. Passes, goes, I copy, and just sits there like, he just sits there and looks like, just gets this really defeated look on his face and goes, nothing.
Nothing. Oh my god. That's rough. Yeah, well, that shop is I am going to take something of yours and make it mine. This is when we got to the most broken phase of UFS, when this card was around. Like,
Yeah, we got the broken leg broken.
Okay,
Those are the same promos.
Yeah, that's true. They were in that same time frame, but no, not as insanely broken as Broken Leg. But yeah, this card was pretty good.
I miss Broken Leg with Donovan so much.
Well, you can't really play it now because it's broken.
Exactly.
I was the person, one of the few people who had head traumas, which were never released.
Because
So I
we got
played
them.
that Yeah.
We got that. We got them from playtesting.
Yep. So I played those.
Then let's go to the actions. This is a lot of protective stuff. Templar. This card's great. I mean, especially because all your moves are punches. It's just like a little thing to it with the punch plan.
Man,
But
I haven't seen a blue Templar in so long.
I know they're so white now.
What are you talking about?
Our
White
entire playgroup has white Templars.
Because we have so many playsets of them from top
Worlds.
top 18 teams, top 18 worlds.
Okay.
Tagalong and Kung Fu Training were like these two crazy six symboled actions that just did everything the game needed at one time. Like these cards were busted.
We need counterspell and we need counterspell character. Make
Yeah,
these.
that's literally what they did, and then they gave them other abilities. Like they could have just put the react on this card, and it still would have been just as playable. And the same with Tagalong. Tagalong could have just been react and gate the character ability, and it would have been great. But Tagalong is regrow a card, and Kung Fu Training discard a card for +1 speed.
Well, plus equal to control. It was +5 speed.
Oh yeah, it was always +5 speed.
And on a side note for Kung Fu Training, Matt and Dave, if you guys ever get a chance to watch this, please start your show back up again.
All right. Haha.
Or no, Drew and Dave, excuse
Drew
me.
and Dave.
They did the Octagon stream.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did Wednesday night Twitch, which he sat there and they talked about decks and played them on Twitch. I really like that. I wish they would get back to doing that.
Yeah. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. Like last time I saw one, they were previewing. Oh, I can't remember anymore. They were previewing Darkstalker cards, like commons and uncommons, one time.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then the final.
Yeah,
And then the final.
last surviving of the fan-made shows.
Yeah. And then Moon comes over the mountain because, well, this card's stupid as well.
It'll never go away.
Yes, it will.
Garrett's gonna stare with us from beyond the grave.
I still want a reprint of this card. I want a reprint with. I want a reprint of Piercing Howl with Garrett behind the moon. The moon goes over the mountain. I want to crossover.
That would be amusing.
Just
But this is
reprint-
Santa Claus. This is my Santa plan. If I was gonna play Legacy, this is my Santa plan. Like I will say one thing: if you're gonna play a Legacy deck, or if you're gonna build a Legacy deck, I would never play a Legacy deck with a deck stability under 1.8. Like 1.8, like this stability thing here, like pretty much defines my numbers. Like I won't play a standard deck if my stability is below 1.4. Like there's some decks I've had that are like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. It's like stability is so bad, it literally predetermines how bad the deck will have check issues, and which is really cool.
I should look at that on some of my decks. Be like, how greedy am I?
And none of my decks are below 1.7.
Yeah.
23 cards without blocks.
But you're playing 85.
What's the stability on my deck that I was working on the other day? Oh wow, 2.
2. That's yeah. Good job.
That's good.
That's Jack.
I'll be right back. Gentlemen.
Do we have anything else?
I think we're good.
I think we're good here. I want to wish Joe and Brian, Tennessee. I want to wish you guys both a happy holidays.
Yep. Happy holidays to everyone watching.
Yep.
Yeah, happy holidays to everybody who tunes in and decided to sit through our hour-and-a-half talk of all our fun times. We're going to be back.
Games.
Jasco Games for providing us some previews and even art teasings. I love that. I can't wait to get back after the new year and start working on. I want to work with Matt, and we'll be starting to get the prep for Nationals. Hopefully, by the time we get back, we'll have confirmation if Mega Man will be out by Nationals.
Yep.
Or for Nationals.
I have 2 things. I have an overview with some of the symbols, spread output. idea that I want to go through,
Yep.
and just talk about like how to build decks based upon all the like the staple good foundations and whatnot, and how to fit in niche the cards and whatnot. Basically, how I build decks when I look at symbols.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be running Giggles through a gauntlet for the next few months, and I'm gonna put together a deck. It's probably gonna be a deck that we've talked about from winning an event. I'm gonna beat them up in it, and then I'm gonna give the people my thoughts on that deck and on
Yep.
how likely you are gonna see it at nationals.
Yep, Giggles is going to be our guinea pig for the next month because he wants to go to nationals and he has to go by himself because of Matt and I's own reasons. We can't make it this year, but we're going to make sure he's prepared. He wants to play this. He's right now has 2 characters in mind, and we're gonna get that down to 1 within the next 3 weeks. And we're gonna make that deck the best deck he can play.
Let me think what else. Our future how-to video, how to make Octagon work and how to start up matches. We've had a couple people ask how that works out because it's kind of confusing at first.
Getting set up with Octagon is the hardest part. I think. There's still some things that are that you gotta learn how to change, but like the biggest one is how to get set up is the hardest thing to do.
What else we got?
Not much else. I'm looking around my room, kind of thinking I'm gonna see something that's gonna catch my eye, and make a reminder.
Pull up a jump scare video on YouTube if that would make you happy.
We have enough Five Nights at Freddy's out there.
We've got UFS players. We should put a Hearthstone group together because I see a bunch of people talking about it on Facebook, and I want to play with other UFS players. So
even though I know there's some people from Jasco who don't like the game very much, there's some of us who want to support. We want to support our Blizzard Overlord.
You're only supporting your Blizzard Overlord if you go and play World of Warcraft with him.
So much no, do not start playing.
We play Heroes of the Storm. We support via Heroes of the Storm currently, and Hearthstone.
I play everything except for WoW because I need to get up and leave my house every once in a while.
Don't play WoW, people. It's a black hole. Once you go in, it's near impossible to get out.
I got out.
I made it out.
I barely got out.
It's quite simple. Run out of money.
It's true.
I fell into the trap that was the free trial. I played for maybe a day, and I knew that I had to stop.
All right. So as always, this will be up on the Facebook page a little bit later tonight. As always, like, subscribe, comments on the video at YouTube, or leave your thoughts and comments on the Facebook page. We are actually only 2 likes away from 100 likes on the Facebook page.
Yay!
Yay!
Should I maybe go like it then?
And
That would be nice, considering you work on the show.
I think we had this discussion before. And I think I actually went and did it. But
I have one little quick announcement. If there is players who have regionalized that were legacy decks that were big in your area that I did not highlight over my time so far, message me on Facebook, Jesse Robert Cervini. I'll probably post a link to myself somewhere, or you can find me at the forums once they're back up at Deck Don't Matter. Message me, give me lists, give me some information, because let me tell you, I'm working with what my region had, and I've heard decks in other regions were completely different. Just letting legacy some of the older players know. I want some lists to work with and highlight.
And as always, if you have a rookie in your area that's interested in getting to know the community, send them our way. We'll sit them down and interview them.
We should get Slappy on the show.
yes, we should get Slappy. Josh wants to be on the show.
We gotta get Josh. We gotta get Slappy on the show. That man was great. I know he's not. Slappy's played for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's played for a little while.
There's a player.
I don't see him outside of Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, I met a player in Poughkeepsie, and his name is Slappy, and Man is freaking hilarious.
Realize when we
It's an awesome
introduce him, I'm going to play the Slappy the Squirrel theme song, right?
Oh God.
Oh.
Well, gentlemen, happy holidays to the UFS community. Happy
Everyone have a
holidays
good
to
night.
all. Good night. Good night. And Joe with the send off.
Yep, and we will see you guys sometime on this in a little bit on another episode of Total Justice Gaming. Good night, everybody.